listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Friday, September 17th, 2023. How are you? Well, we made it to the weekend, my 9-to-5ers. Thank God. You know? Thank God it's Friday. It's Friday, right? It is. A little drizzle drazzle over here in Florida. Unexpected rain, my favorite type. Looked at the weather. Supposed to be sunny today. Partly cloudy. It was cloudy all day and now it's raining. Perfect. I love it. But that's not why I'm here tonight. I don't even know why we're doing these discussions anymore or podcasts in ufology. But we are. This is what we do. And, a little bit of news here and there. You know what kind of week it's been. It's the week of the balloon. That's what this week was. You know, I wanted to do interviews this week and have people on, but there was just too much activity. And I didn't want to miss it. And that's where we are today. Did you know that our intelligence department is so good at their job that they shot down an advertising balloon for a bottle capping company? And Lou Elizondo is out there talking about the threat. This is the reason why I left AATIP. Nobody would listen to me. I said we need to do this, and they said, ho ho, and this is exactly what's happening. Yeah, right. Okay. I told them they were flying here in impunity. They were having impunity with their flight. Impunity and flying go together now. Anytime somebody's flying somewhere, it's impunitized. Anyway, there's a weaponized. There it is. It's weaponized. You buffoon. Ha! Unbelievable. Shot down a bottle capping company's advertising balloon. Or something. This is so great. What a great week. It was fun. It was a good week. It's good. I can't wait till it's over. I didn't want to talk about this after Monday. But, you know, it's our way of life. Hey. If you want to help support GoofOn, you can support us. We are survived because of you, the viewer. You can use Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description and on the About page on the GoofOn. Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian, with the first Super Chat of the evening. That is a $2 super dono. It's a £2, £2. That's what it is. Thank you. Oh, wait, no, don't wait. No, wait, don't. No. Well, thank you, Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian, with a £2, £2 super dono. That gosh. Thanks. Thanks, Benny baby. And somebody became a new member, I see. Ben! Or you came back. Yeah, I know what happened. Sometimes those things don't, renew and you have to do it. Nah, good. Good to see you back in the family. You were out, Ben. But we pulled you back in. Welcome back, brother. Mate. What's up, mate? Mate, what's this? Are you sure it was a bottle cap company? I thought it was for a new Chinese restaurant. That's funny. Yeah, I have the guy on the news talking. So I was going to play that article. Play the article. How do you do that? I don't know. I'm going to try. Okay. They know you're talking. They do. Yeah. Just go ahead and continue. Okay. So, yeah. I have it. Hold on. I have it right here. Hold on. We got a lot of people to talk that are talking. This is so much fun. Lou Elizondo a few times. That guy's just a bonehead. Rubio. Where's Bottle Cap Neck guy? Where is he? Stephen Greenstreet, we got to go. Then there's this person, couple of people who think they're seeing UFOs. We'll put them in check. Huh! I got the article somewhere. Don't you worry about it. Yes, and you know what? I'm just positive. I'm 1,000,000% positive it was a bottle capping company. Let me see if I'll find it real quick. Despite the recently released U.S. Navy... Oh, I caught that! I don't know. I opened up the door in and out because it was raining. I guess a little bug came in. Reports being marked as available for release to Five Eyes. It appears they haven't been shared with AU, DOD, namely RAF, Defense Space Command, and RAND. I wonder if the same can be said that... what is this? That's not it. That is not it. Yeah, I'll get to it. We'll get to it. You'll see in a minute. Thanks, Davy Chains, throwing down a $5. So I'll check up on it anyway, because I go through all my stories. I have them all. I don't know where that one lies in my sequence of things to talk about. Here's Lou. All right, so here's what Lou is saying. What's that? Roll call. Brett S., how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Brookies, that cigar. Why did you say that cigar? I was just smoking a cigar right before the show. Weird. Welcome to the show. David Wilcox, welcome to the show. Do you have a wife named Shannon? Is that the one who's donating? Is that your wife? She was here last night again. Shannon Wilcox. Rebecca, hey, whoop. Wiles, what do you say? How do you be? Welcome to the show. Diane BOS, welcome to the show. Jammer Travels. No, Richie shaved. I did the, just the, what do you call it? The clippers with nothing on, no guard. Yeah, I like having the 5 o'clock shadow at 8 a.m. Welcome to the show. Cindy Lou, how are you? Ciao Belle. Ciao Bello? Oh, ciao Belle. Oh. Intergalactic Overhaul. Welcome to the show. Jeanette Bambaka. What do you say? How do you be, Jeanette? Bombaka. Miss Jeanette Bombaka. It's like Miss Tessmacher from the original Superman. Mrs. Tessmacher! There he is. Oh, he already said hi. Zach Diecast Montu. Welcome to the show. Wicked World. How you doing? Welcome back. How you doing, Sam? Oh, welcome back. Ragin'. The Ragin' Cajun. Hey, Richie brother. Hope you're okay today. Don't ask that question. Have a sciatic nerve problem and get pain shooting down the side. So I kind of know your pain. Hope you can get help. Oh, I don't have the sciatica problem anymore. Isn't that weird? And I'm going to tell you a quick story. For anybody like me who does not believe that the mattress you own can make a difference in your sleep and your comfortability and everything. I was in such bad back pain in my early 30s that it hurt to walk straight up. I mean, I was always, my family, my friends, they're like, are you making believe you're hurt? I go, no, I have back pain. They're like, what a waste of muscle, all that, and that's how you got to walk. I'm like, I'll get better as it loosens up, man, but it hurt. So when I married my wife, we bought a house and we got all new furniture and we got a Tempur-Pedic bed. And it was the second version that they had. It was crazy expensive. But we bought it, and the very first night I slept in it, I learned that you have to sleep on your back, which I never do, ever. Always slept like this. My whole life, this or this. But I slept on my back. Woke up the next day, no pain. Mind over matter. It's gotta be. Nothing can heal that quick. But I haven't had the pain since. Still got the same bed. Don't have the wife. Got the bed though. Dun-dun-dun. Oh. 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 Cares. Thanks, Raging Against Machine. See? Get me going. This is why I don't do roll call. What's this? What are you saying? Out at GoofOn, out for less than 12 hours? I don't understand. I don't know what that means. All right. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. If I didn't say hi, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a show to do. I see that super chat, and there it is. Friday fun at GoofOn. That is correct. Brett S., a continuing supporter of GoofOn, throwing it down, $10, starting off. Thank you very much. if anybody is going to do a PayPal tonight, that would be great. And I would appreciate it, even if it's $1, because I have these funds that are locked up that are from Mexico and the UK, and it won't let me transfer it to the bank because I don't have any US funds. I've never seen this before. It must be something new. It says you don't have any US funds. So I go to the wallet, I click on the currency I want. I got $25 in Mexico cash, right? $10 in UK, right? Can't click on them. Then it says you have to have US dollars to transfer your international monies. I don't know why, but anyway, if anybody's thinking of it, you don't have to, just like $1. I just need it to register so I get the other money out. Thank you, Brett S. I appreciate that. Mucho gusto, generoso. Appreciate it, man. Continuing supporter. I saw somebody else. Hi, Jackie Radford. Welcome to the show. Brian L., how are you? Den Bub. William Bonney. How you doing, brother? Dogface. Good to see you, too. Hi, Lynn. I listened to my EVP, or let me scratch that, start over. Before tonight's show, I listened to my EVP session. Not one, oh, well, no, I take that back. I did have one weird thing. I'll tell you, it's strange. You know how I heard everybody, you know how I did the EVP session and I said, hey, did you try grabbing my water bottle? And we hear a voice say, so I went back and did 14-minute EVP session, and it was bizarre. Okay, I don't know how this happened, but I'm just going to give you an example so you understand. Let's say I'm 3 minutes into this 14-minute video. At the 3-minute mark, I hear what sounds like water running. That's weird. Well, then a minute or so later, I say, this is going to sound really funny. This is later. 2 minutes later, I go, it sounds like somebody's dragging chains on the ground. And I was referring to what that, because it does sound like chains being pulled slowly on a wooden floor, or it sounds like water running. You'll have to hear it. I have to enhance the volume tremendously. I could play it tonight, but it's not that great. It's very low. It's hard to hear. I'll do it tomorrow. I just want to make sure it sounds perfect. But that was weird. It's like I heard it, and then a minute and a half, 2 minutes later, I'm talking that I'm hearing it at that time. Now, I've heard people talk about how they hear something physically, like not an EVP. They naturally hear a voice, let's say Claire, and then when they're listening to their EVP session, they hear the word Claire or the name Claire, but it was nowhere near where they heard it. You know what I mean? It's like, how does that happen? There's something to do, I believe, with space and time. So if that's the case, then apparently when we pass on, there is no such thing as time anyway. Let's just get that. That's a human construct. That was for farmers and people that needed to know when the sun's coming up and down for whatever purposes. Curfew, I don't know. Whatever the Mayans did back then, they created all these calendars. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And I'm sure they knew about the sundial, you know. Maybe that's what pyramids are. They're just big sundials. Anywho, I think it's strange that I would hear that and then a minute or so later talk about it like it was just happening again, and you don't hear it. That's what's so weird. There was some other things that were on there, but I couldn't tell if it was my stomach growling because I was so hungry that I asked the question. I go, so who's here? Or something like that. And all of a sudden you hear, rawr, and I'm like, I have to say something. That was my stomach. You know, if I didn't say anything, Satan. It would have been an EVP of Satan. It would have been. And that's what I believe some EVPs are people's tummies Their tummies are talking. And they don't know. They're just sitting there listening. I gotta ask another question. Where do you come from? What's the next question? I don't know. And then your stomach goes and you forget to say something about your stomach. And then next thing you know, an hour later, you're listening to the EVP and you go, I think I got Satan, And no, everybody's like, he's got Satan. You go on 60 Minutes. I got Satan on, next thing you know, your stomach's growling when you're on that 60 Minutes show and you're debunked. You lose your money, your endorsements, commit suicide. You come back as an EVP. Wow. I mean, I'm going to go ghost hunting some night. Eventually, I'm going to go ghost hunting. Every time I do, it's like, I'm tired the next day. How you doing, rebellious? Look at Lynn. She's floating in that picture like an angel. I had fun last night again. I even watched a part of it today to see how good I looked. No, I didn't. I actually looked to see how we all looked. No, it was fun. It was a really good show. I enjoy it, and apparently, the invite's there if I want to come on every week. So right now, I'm gonna go on their show, every Thursday, except not next Thursday, because there's a week off, because somebody has to go work somewhere. Caitlin's got to go make a living. She's going to pay the bills. Unbelievable, these responsible people. Unbelievable, right? The gall. Tim Freestone throwing down, y'all show Amy Alien Girl some love. Type a 111 as she lost her brother. Yeah, we talked about it last night, Tim, for a moment. I didn't want to get into it too much because it's Amy's brother, and even though she posted on Facebook and Twitter that he passed away, it's really sad. I don't know. We don't know how, but he was only 48, I believe. 43 or 48 or something. He was young. Good looking guy too. Family man. That's what I don't like. You never know. You just never know. And here I am saying that. And before tonight's show, I stormed out of my parents' house. Didn't throw a hissy fit, just walked fast out, slammed the door. You can't slam their door because you'll break the glass. So you can't. No, I didn't slam it. My mother invites me over for dinner, and tonight she invited me over between 4:30. We're going to have dinner. Every other time I've gone over, dinner's ready. Matter of fact, at one time they started eating. So I got there right at 4:30. I even texted, I'm working out. I'll be there at 4:30. Got there right at 4:30. And I see my mother rolling the chicken cutlets, breading them up and everything. And it's like 4:43 or something. And, I just got done working out for an hour. And I'm very hungry. And I started getting a little, hungry and dizzy. I'm diabetic. So I go and I sit down. And my mother goes, oh, what's wrong? And I go, we're not going to eat for another hour, I guess. I gotta leave. And I couldn't even, I didn't even finish saying, I gotta leave to go get something to supplement the way I feel, and I'll be right back. But I never got a chance to say that. And she starts yelling at me. And she goes, why do you gotta be so mean? I don't want to feel rushed. And I'm like, what? She goes, every time you come over for dinner. And I said, and my cousin was there, and I go, Jeannie. And I go, every time dinner is ready, when we get here, right at 4:30, right? She didn't answer, of course. But that's why, so if I waited an hour, it would have been a snowball effect and I would have felt like shit. So in my mind, I wasn't being mean at all. I'm just like, I don't want to leave and then come back. But I was going to say that, but my mother just, so why you gotta be so mean? I go, hey, all I did was ask a question. I go, however you're feeling, that's on you. And I go, because I didn't do anything. And my cousin goes, oh, like that. I'm like, what are you gaslighting it for? I didn't say it, but I thought it. I didn't want to make anything worse. And then my dad, who never pays attention, I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, I'm in a bad mood? I was in the greatest freaking mood anybody could be in. I came in, hey, meatball, right? Da-da-da-da-da. My mother blew up. So I grabbed my keys, grabbed my phone angrily, left. She said, don't forget your sun pass. And I said, don't fucking need it. And I left. And then she calls me as the intro's going on the show, knowing I do a show every night at 7 o'clock. It's all about her, though. Anyway, show Alien Girl some love. She needs it. I don't. I'm fine. This is something that, Italians are like that. Italians get it. Look, in an hour or two, nobody's going to be mad. Nobody's mad at anybody anyway. I think something might have happened at the doctor's office, so she was already on edge. Something must have happened because my cousin looked at me while my mom was going off, and she saw that I was about to go off, and she goes like this to me, and I didn't. And I listened for once. So that's why I left, because I didn't want to say anything and, make them more upset. They don't need it, so I left. And that's the best thing to do in this situation with my family. I have got to get away, because even now when I get a little agitated, I get this adrenaline going. I can't think. I start shaking and I'm like, hate it. That's just family. Just like the ufological family. The ufological family. Schizoids, right? Right? Yeah. See, I'm not worried about talking about my personal life. Not that it's ufology or anything, but I'm here 2 hours every night. You can handle 5 minutes of me venting to friends and family, right? Tim, thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso. Give Amy the 111 if you haven't. We love Amy, and she'll be back on Monday. She took the rest of the week off, so understandably. Hey, Scott, how you doing, brother? Why don't aliens have nipples? Asking for a group of friends. Oh, wow. Why don't aliens have nipples? Okay, that's a broad question. Hey, I don't know if you heard. There's 57 different species out there. They all don't have nipples. Some of them could be part robot. So the nipples were never applied or needed to be. I mean, if they did have nipples, I don't even know how to answer that anymore. It's a good one, though. Well, it depends. If you're talking about grays do not have nipples. No. I'll tell you why. I think the grays are part machine, like a cyborg. No, I really do. And the way they talk to people is used with the same it's a technology. And it's part of their being. They made it so they could speak to anybody in their mind in any language. Isn't that amazing? That's why aliens speak French, Italian, Norwegian, Scottish, Dutch. They speak all the languages. In every part of culture, the aliens spoke to somebody in their language. It's the aliens. I didn't make them. But it's a good thing. I don't know why or who would have the nipples, Scott, but I'm surprised at that question too. Hey, Rage Against Machine with a Canadian coin of 10 bones I'm trying to send to PayPal. Okay. The links are in the description, man, all right? Let me see if it went through. Okay. Somebody sent something, okay. I bet I know who. Dude, wait a second. You didn't have to do that. No. Did you? David Wilcox. You didn't have to, brother. But thank you. Because you sent it from Mexico last night, I think, right? And there's another one that has been sitting there for a while. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I can transfer. I got to see if this works. Wait. Hold on. Yay! Thank you very much. I can eat. Thank you, man. Let's see if I did it right. Yay! Thank you, David Wilcox, my savior. I don't know. Is that your philanthropist? My philanthropist. And Raging Against Machine. Thank you very much. No, don't worry about the PayPal now. You're all right. Everybody's good. Unless you want to, but you don't have to anymore. David did it. All I said is I needed $1 American in there. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Raging. Thanks, David. Thanks, guys. We need to get to the show, though, right? We need to start doing the show. The UFO man. Hey, brother. Thank you very much. That's a £2 £2 super sticker. Thank you. A continuing supporter of Goofa. And good to see you, too. Good to see you. I know you've been around. I've seen you in and out. And Diane, love to help you. Oh, no. Thank you, though. Praise the cash. Ugh. Oh, I feel dirty now after I said that. I feel dirty. It's almost connected. It's too close. Ugh. Diane, thank you, though. All I know is I see your smiling face and I feel better now. Thank you. Thank you. Made me feel like a brand new person. You did. That UFO chick is here. Dingo Booty, how you doing? What are you saying? I don't hang out with the old folks for a reason. Hi, Ms. DJ. Good to see you. Joe, I did, but it was for the best. I didn't say anything mean, didn't say anything mean at all. I'm not like that anymore. Hey. And I think this, another reason why, I don't know, man. It's like, let me ask you this. And I've thought about this. This has nothing. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about it on the show. I'm not talking about it anymore. Never mind. Thank you, Hellfire. I see you, man. How you doing? You're eating a taco. Thanks. You know what? I'm going to get... I don't know what I was going to say. Lunar Sparkles 1. How you doing? There's Shannon. How you doing, Shannon Wilcox? I was just asking David Wilcox if you guys were somehow either related or knew each other. And I don't know if the answer came through because I'm doing all this other stuff, but good to see everybody. Good to see you. All right. Now I want to get to what people are saying. My God. Let's go. I'm going to play this. This is going on right now. Who would have thought that UFOs would be a critical election issue? That's right. This is exactly what I hoped would happen. I am ecstatic. You want to know why? now that this is being politicized times 10, because it will be a hot topic now for a while. And that means we get more people listening, more people understanding how they're playing us. So I'm appreciative of them being them. I want mainstream media to be them. Even though I can't stand them, we need them because that's the only way the message is going to get pushed out to a wider audience. We have to find a way to get on mainstream media. We've got to get on mainstream somehow, some way. Here we go. In 3, Edgush.
Welcome to our program. It's been a big week to you, for you, and I want to get to all this now.
Morning.
First of all, Joe Biden, the president, called Peter Alexander of NBC News after the press conference from yesterday. Here is one of the quotes that was given and made public. I think the last thing that Xi wants is to fundamentally rip the relationship with the United States and with me. He kind of said that, too, in his statement on camera. What did you think? Was that sufficient, and was it worth the wait?
Was that sufficient?
You know, it's the idea that we would sit there and look to the sky and have a Chinese spy balloon looking back at us is a national embarrassment. The problem is that we have to start treating China like they deserve to be treated. And Biden is asleep at the wheel. You can't have them buying up farmland that's near our military installations. You can't have them putting money in our universities unless we're going to go pull our money and tell you.
Can you believe what she just said is true? They're buying up not only land near military installations, too close for comfort if you ask me, but nothing illegal about it. Not only are they buying up that land, they're buying up farmland. They're getting into the farming. I don't trust China coming over here buying land and maybe becoming farmers and poisoning our food, killing us from within. From the inside. Yeah, I believe that is... See, China's playing the long game. They don't care. They've been around, 2,000 years? They got 1.5 billion people. They don't give it as long as they need to. But I don't think... What's his name? Xi Jinping? Is that his name? I don't think he's a patient fellow, which scares me. What's his name? Chow Ping? Ching Chong? That's racist! Who cares? That guy's an asshole. You can do that to an asshole. The enemy. It's the enemy. You really care?
Universities, you either take Chinese money or you take ours. We can't have them stealing intellectual property. And when it comes to this balloon flying over, you've got to start letting China know what we expect of them, not worry about whether they want to keep a relationship or not. That's not what this is about. We have to start treating China the way they should. For Republicans and Democrats for too long thought that if we were nice to China, they would want to be like us. They don't want to be like us. They are communists. We need to start getting our act together and start making sure that they know where they stand, not that we have to worry about where we stand with them.
Ambassador Heeeeere, great to have you this morning and good to see you. Following up on that, were you aware, in recent years of, or under the last administration, of these balloons? This administration's confirming that this is not new for China to have this program. And that they're only developing it to be bigger and bigger. So what exactly did we know about this in the past? And what have we been doing about it?
So that goes to the heart of another problem. Why did our intelligence agencies know this? And why did they not tell the President of the United States?
It's weird. They knew for years and did nothing about it. So don't buy the story that they adjusted their filters and now they're seeing the smaller objects. What good would NORAD be if they couldn't see all the objects? Well, we're going to be looking at stuff all day and night then. That's like setting your alarm at home for pets only, right? Which I think it's smart if you got a pet, but I still think somebody can send in a small child, crawl on the floor to open up a door. I know nobody's going to bring a kid to a burglary, but it's been done, I'm sure, somewhere. It's like setting your alarm for doors only and not windows. You know, it doesn't make sense. I know some alarms are just cameras. You know what I mean. All right.
Did they not tell other cabinet directors that could do something about it? That is a problem. We have to go look into our intelligence communities and let them know they don't get to decide these things. If they have information like this, this is valuable national security information that we need to know. They should have told us that, because right now we've allowed Chinese spy balloons to go over. You know, when it ended in South Carolina, that wasn't an accident. South Carolina is a military state. That balloon went over our military installations. And the idea that other balloons did that before means we not only have a China problem, we have a government problem in the fact that NORAD should have picked up on this balloon, but our intelligence community should have told those decision makers exactly what was happening from China, so we could have dealt with this earlier.
Okay.
Damn. She couldn't have said it any better. Perfectly spoken. She did good. Mick West, trying to make himself, you know. He says not aliens, not advanced technology, just balloons. The US and Canada got a bit trigger happy and are now stepping back and trying to come up with some better procedures. Meanwhile, this is all an interesting perspective for ufology to ponder. How many old cases were balloons on? Listen to this.
A U.S. military aircraft. I'm John Kirby, the National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications.
Why are more balloons an object being
found in our space? The reason there have been additional contacts found is because we have adjusted the sensitivities on...
Look at this. This is like a PSA announcement, right? It's like a question and answer PSA. This is unbelievable. What's this? Oh, okay. I didn't see it. Hold on. Wait, here it is. Molly Collie. I'm gonna have me some Molly. $2. Molly's in the house. That goosh all over the house. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the $2, Molly Collie. Good to see you back. Mucho gusto, Generoso, a continuing supporter of GoofOn. And Shannon Wilcox with a $10 super silver sticker. And I try to make it exciting for myself too. Thank you very much. Shannon is a continuing supporter of GoofOn for the year, for the whole year so far. Still think you guys, there's something going on. Something going on. Nobody, I still don't know the answer. David? Hold on. Oh, got the answer. I know, Hellfire. I know. Why do you think? Thank you, Shannon, very much. Mucho gusto. El Generoso. Appreciate it. What's up, Dogface? All right. Continue. What's that? Hold on. Oh, Lisa. Aw, there's the little doggy. Is that a dog? Yes, Sylvia Brown, that's a dog. I love dogs, you bastard. Sylvia paying a visit from the dead. I'm not dead, I'm reincarnated in you, you prick. Sylvia Brown, everybody. That's my psychic abilities. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa Bowden with a $3 super sticker. Mucho gusto, generoso, Lisa B. Thanks again. A continuing supporter of GoofOn.
Our air defense radars to see things that are higher, slower, and smaller than what the Chinese spy balloon represented.
How is this impacting our U.S. security policies?
We're taking a hard look right now at the policies and protocols, the procedures by which we handle these kinds of objects. And we expect to be able to come up with some new parameters about how we're going to deal with these kinds of objects going forward. If an object could pose a potential threat to civilian aviation, if it...
Hold on. How dumb are we? They think we are so stupid. No, they really do. Let me tell you why, and then maybe you'll feel the same way. Is it me, or do you feel like you're being lied to? Do you really believe that shooting down these balloons is anything new? Shooting them down and making it public is probably new. I don't know, but I keep thinking of Jeremy Corbell talking about how other world militaries are shooting at UAP on a regular basis, protecting their military on land, because anytime these objects get within 30, 40, 60 miles, they're going to go after them and shoot them, and maybe shoot them down if they can. How did he know that that was something that was going to be happening here in the United States the way it did? Because he called it, not specifically this, but he said he was hinting that it was going to have to do with balloons, or what they're calling balloons. And he said there is going to be something happening, and it did. And how did he know? Did he guess? Corbell does have connections, right? But they're not giving us real UFOs. And they can tell Jeremy Corbell anything they want, because it's not real what they're giving him. They're not UFOs. What they're giving him, the Mosul orb, not a UFO. Not until I see now he says it's a 2-second video of the object. It was 1 second, now it's 2, so that story changed. It was a 4-second video with 1 second of the UFO. Now it's a 4-second video with 2 seconds of the UFO. It just doubled its time in the vision. It's amazing. Who's this guy? Dogface is a new member of Truthology for Ufology. But here it says you became a YouTube member. Not true. You became a member of Truthology for Ufology under the GoofOn platform, which is what everybody uses, YouTube. Thank you very much. Dogface throwing down a seat for the month. Good for you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that support.
Poses a potential surveillance threat. We got to do what we need to do to act in the best security of the American people and our national interests, and that's exactly what the president did.
When will we know more about the objects?
All 3 of these objects have landed in some pretty tough terrain and pretty tough areas, but teams are actively working, Canadian and American teams, actively working to find the debris. We very much want to do that because we believe if we can find the debris, we can analyze it and get a much better, clearer sense of what these things are.
Wow. Maybe I'll do a body language thing on this guy. What a bullshit artist. Are these objects UFOs or aliens?
I don't think the American people need to worry that this has anything to do with it.
I don't need this. I don't need the smirk, the smugness, because they brought up aliens or UFOs. Look, he even has like a little Casablanca mustache creeping in here. You see that Casablanca thing?
Aliens or extraterrestrial technology. These were high-flying, most likely balloons of some sort. So we think it's certainly technology that is, again, not very sophisticated and definitely tied to somebody here on the planet Earth. And one of our leading assumptions is that it could very well just be research balloons, weather balloons, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing. I'll find my article That kind of thing. You know, weather balloons, things that go up in the night. Upset or frustrated about the recent UFO balloon media frenzy? Listen to this excellent advice that Gary P. Nolan, and the P is not for professor, has. However, please remember, he is not your daddy. It says that right there from Mike Colangelo on Twitter. I haven't listened to this 30-second clip of the genius that is Gary P. Nolan, and the P is not for professor.
You know, I think now it's up to the community who's interested in this not to...
That's stupid. It's up for the community that's interested in this. Well, if it's a community, dingbat, they're already interested in it. Duh. Sorry, all right, I'll start over.
I think now it's up to the community who's interested in this not to overread into what's happening, not to get too excited, and not to be disappointed just because tomorrow's episode doesn't give them the finale that they're waiting for. And so let's just keep moving on slowly, realize that there's going to be a lot of people who need to digest what's going on.
Says the guy
on here, but the aperture is opened, and that's a fantastic thing.
Nice camera reference there, Gary P. Nolan. The P is not for professor. Wow, what great wisdom from the genius of our time, Gary P. Nolan. And the P is not for professor. Here's a nice guy. Dan Warren's one of the good guys, I believe. I don't think he likes me, but what else do you think Biden could be hiding, he says. Oh, take a listen, Dan.
Now that President Biden has addressed the American people about the 4 objects that were recently shot down, for a moment, let's just assume that those objects are balloons or something else that's mundane. Now let's only focus on the government's response to this situation. According to DoD briefing cards that date back to 2020, the government has repeatedly stated that
we take reports of incursions into our airspace by any aircraft, identified or unidentified, very seriously and investigate each one.
But as more historical information associated with objects being tracked in our airspace comes to light, it appears that someone or some organization within the DoD decided that the rest of the government doesn't need to be made aware of them, including the Oval Office, as well as we the people. But what's done in the dark will always come to the light. And how the DoD responds to these 4 prosaic objects that are just the last 4 in a series of hundreds of similar reports is inadvertently shedding a match's worth of light on the decades-long imposed darkness that has shrouded the UFO phenomenon. So will you and our elected officials allow the DoD to extinguish this brief moment of illumination? Or will you support those that have been pushing to bring this issue to light? So, in a weird way, UFOs are indirectly the cause of and cure for the recently identified domain awareness gap that the Chinese spy balloon has brought to the world's attention. Because for decades, the targeted stigma around UFOs has resulted in pilots being unwilling to report unusual objects that they see in our skies, both the mundane and the anomalous. Combined with the intentional filtering out of unknowns at our nation's most advanced radar and sensor stations, this has caused a substantial national security blind spot. But thanks to the efforts of Chris Mellon, Marco Rubio, Kirsten Gillibrand, and many others, we have possibly just witnessed the beginning of the end of this blind spot, which is in part due to the reduction of stigma that surrounds these anomalous phenomena in our airspace. And don't forget that closing the domain awareness gap is just a byproduct of a much greater effort. An effort that has resulted in 33 pages of UAP-related legislation being included in the recently passed National Defense Authorization Act. Efforts that fought for the establishment and continued support of a congressionally overseen UAP investigation office. This office, known as AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. And they have been strategically set up to give them the best chance to succeed. So it is concerning to me that the government has recently responded in what appears to be a knee-jerk reaction to these recent events by announcing the creation of an interagency team to study unidentified aerial objects. A team that is headed up by the President's National Security Advisor and includes the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, and the Director of National Intelligence. But this team is missing Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, who heads up the...
Yeah, we talked that the rest of that video is from last night. We listened to that. I guess this is the extended version. Yeah, very interesting. Again, I just wanted to hear what he said because I thought it was different. The first half was, but I don't remember what he said. But it is interesting that they're adding all these people into the mix for the study of what's going on in UFOs and all that other stuff without the Arrow guy. Why? Because they're not unidentified aerial phenomena. But I thought AARO was for all anomalous objects that enter our airspace with impunity. I guess not. You just, just change the rules. That's all. That's all they're doing. They're just changing stuff around to make it better, right? That's all. Well, we are going to now, at the top of the hour, go into our Into Thin Air report. And this one, you'll see. It's amazing. Thank you, Into Thin Air, I2TA.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the 17th of February, 2023, and it's happened again. A confirmed meteor explosion and possible strike, making this a meteorite. If it actually did hit the ground, they are actually searching for this thing after a meteor soared across the Texas sky before residents heard the earth shake. This is coming directly from the police department out of southern Texas, specifically in the area of Hidalgo, and took place on the 15th. And for those of you that don't know, this is the exact 10-year anniversary to the day of the Russian meteor event that blew out windows, injuring many people, and was one of the biggest news stories.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? How could that... Are we in a rotation of asteroids? Like, every 10 years we're going to come around and get a near miss or a near hit? That's interesting. It happened the same day. Wow.
Stories in the world at that time.
What are the odds?
Absolutely insane. I'm going to show you some videos from some door cams that actually pick this thing up, and you can actually hear and see these cameras shaking as this thing explodes over the sky. And very quick before I do that, I want to show you the name of this article because they are clearly saying that this was in fact a meteorite, which means this hit the ground. Meteors that burn up in the atmosphere that don't reach the ground are called meteors, and once they do strike land, they are considered a meteorite. We'll get to those videos in 1 second, but a blast in the sky over South Texas was a meteorite strike, officials said, clearing up confusion over the sudden explosion that puzzled concerned residents. So even though this took place a few days ago, the reason that this is really hitting news between yesterday and today is because they finally realized what this was. This was posted on Twitter on February 16th by Marcos, you can see up here, at Distic Mark. So I want to give this person credit for having this video posted. This falls under the Fair Use Act as we are educating the public. Now take a listen to this. That's a big explosion. There's an echo, and I can clearly understand how this would shake houses. One more time. Crazy video.
Yeah.
You see the birds take off completely the second that explosion happens.
Sounds like a gun.
Crazy video. Now this second video here, it was posted by Junior Sanchez. This is his outdoor camera, and you're going to see this thing shake as if this was an earthquake. And this was a little closer to where this actually happened, the Rio Grande Valley, where they are still investigating where this thing hit. Take a listen to this one and watch the camera. Right there. And if that ground wasn't shaking, neither would the camera. So that's
listen to that echo.
Ground in this area. Here's another slow-mo. Boom, right there. And once
That's
again, I just
loud.
want to thank Junior and Marcos for providing these videos for us, or it would have been a lot harder to determine that this was in fact a meteor strike. We
No
talk
doubt.
about these all the time on the channel, and at this point, we're getting used to what these things sound like. And they've been happening more and more often, to the point where, like I said, I'm almost posting 2 of these videos a week of exploding meteors over the United States. I'll be leaving links for both of these videos so the proper credit can be given. But once again, folks, we are dealing with yet another exploding meteor, and now a meteorite. They are going to be looking for this thing, and that is when things get dangerous. Again, we've had meteors explode over the sky that didn't even touch the ground, that are capable of blowing out windows, causing injury, and I hate to say it, but it's just a matter of time before another one takes place. And when that does happen, I will be here to report that to you. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch.
Thank you, Into Thin Air. The link to that video will be in the show's description about 10 minutes after the show ends. I never know what I'm going to play on any given night. That's why they go up afterwards. So, but I'll definitely put it up there so you guys can watch it again if you need to, or you just need a link for it. But that's amazing, man. A year after the Chelyabinsk one, the Russian one, Chelyabinsk. That's amazing. Like, what are the odds that's going to happen? And I mean, it was nothing like that one 10 years ago, but damn, to shake the cameras. All right, back to work. Mike Colangelo again on Twitter. The reason I'm playing this one because of Lou. It's now time for Lou. So on September 19th, 2021, Lou Elizondo discusses his upcoming book. Well, listen to this clip very carefully. Does this sound like a man that has an ace up his sleeve? Lou says the purpose of the book is going to be very, very apparent when it comes out. And Mike says, I still can't figure out this puzzle piece. What is going to be in that book? What is the purpose of releasing a book? And will it push the ball down the field or just leave us with more questions? Let me tell you something, Michelangelo and everybody else out there. Anything Lou puts in writing about his experiences in the last whatever, I wouldn't believe it all. I wouldn't believe them all. I wouldn't believe them all. Nope. Wouldn't believe them all. I guess we could fact check them. All right, let me scratch that. Maybe everything is truthful. Maybe, just maybe, he's going to tell us stuff we didn't even think of. Or he's going to write about stuff we didn't even think of. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say. It's Lou. Come on. Enjoy.
What I will say, and I won't go into any more detail than this, is that the purpose of the book is going to be very, very apparent when it comes out. And
what an answer. Yeah, the book. Hey, what's your book going to be about? Oh, it'll be apparent. Whose parent? Your mother, your father? No, it's going to be a parent. Yeah, which one? Your mom? I
think people who know me are going to be like, that clever guy.
I don't think anybody that knows Lou would say, oh, that clever guy. Here's what they're going to say. Oh, that son of a bitch. He fooled everybody. Because that's what Lou does. Lou fools everybody. That's why he's the Central Intelligence guy. Lou likes being somebody else. Because he doesn't like himself, I could tell you that. You can just look into his eyes and see a broken soul. I'm telling you the truth, man. I look at Lou and I see somebody who doesn't like what he's doing at all. Now, maybe that's just his natural way of looking. You know, I don't have a good resting face. I look like asshole face when I'm just sitting there like I want to murder your whole family, you know? And I'm in a great mood, but I always look like I want to hurt somebody. And Lou has that kind of face. He doesn't have that kind of face. He has that face. Kinda. He has that kind of face. Good English, Rich. trying to think. His book is not going to mention me. But if it does, I'll be very happy. I don't even care if it's bad.
People who don't know me are going to probably wind up having to eat some of their words. It's funny to watch social media and people go way out on a limb and start making speculation, wild speculation. It's a money grab. It's pay for play. Okay, well, think that if you want to. But when the book comes out and people really go, they read it and go, holy crap, this makes sense. Now we understand why you did the way you did it when you did it.
I hope so.
Will they apologize? No. They'll just, they'll go high.
I tell you what. If I'm wrong about Lou, I would apologize. First, I'd be the first one. Because I don't have that big of an ego where I feel that I am right in the way that I acted with what he was giving us at the time. And the way he acted at the time. And when he's talking and saying and making these incredible claims that he cannot prove and other things that weren't verified fully, you got to expect to be criticized for your shortcomings, no pun intended. You know? When he's talking about, I want to take them out behind the house and, show them what the truth is. Translation, I want to beat the truth into them. Nice guy. I get so mad, I want to beat the truth. I understand that kind of talk. Non-offensive at all to me. It's just what guys do. It's what people do. God, I would beat it into him. He makes me so mad. That's how he really meant it. But I wanted to see what would happen, so I challenged him to it. And of course, we know what happened. Nothing. But what can Lou write about? What can he say that would make me and you say, holy shit, I owe this guy an apology? Nothing. There's not one thing he's going to say because he can't say anything. Because everything that he spoke about was blocked by his NDA. So when you make claims, Lou, and you can't prove them, Lou, what do you expect? You expect us to be, it's just another guy. He's cool, man. He's not like the others. You're exactly like as a matter of fact, you're worse than the others. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. It's just the job you chose. That's all. And let me say this. I don't think Lou chose that job. I think he was forced into that position. I think he did something. And because of who his father is and the history of the family maybe, and he's friends with Mellon, and, instead of giving him a dishonorable discharge, maybe they gave him the job at in the basement at the UFO office. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. But I don't know if that's true. That's me just speculating on why they would put a guy who hates being in public. Obviously, he seems miserable every time you see the guy. He doesn't smile worth a shit on interviews. Anyway, I don't know.
Hide in the little deep dark corners of Twitterverse and maybe change their name or something. But I'm used to it. For the last 3-4 years, I've been used to people always accusing me of one thing. They're never happy, no matter what you do for them, no matter how you do it. You've just got people that are sharpshooting you. They're throwing rocks. I don't know why that is. It's sad.
Yeah.
I really hope that those type of people find whatever peace they're.
See, the thing is, Lou never says who these people are. He doesn't. And, you know, I sit there listening to him and I try to see if he's talking about some things we said, but I don't know. I'm not the only one who doesn't trust Lue Elizondo. A lot of people don't. But I would wish, just for the sake of knowing, like, who's he talking about? I want to know the other people that are sharpshooting Lou. I mean, who cares about the Angry Channel, but that's not any threat to Lou anyway. Manny from Area 503 made the documentary, which was based on public information, so it's not like he was lying. But it would be nice to know. But Lou won't do that. Yeah. You know why. Chicken shit.
They're looking for. But if there's one thing, my track record speaks for itself. People should.
Yeah, it does. Your track record speaks for itself. AATIP shut down. OSAP shut down when you were in it. TTSA shut down when you got in it. How about that office we used to have? AOIMS, whatever. It was supposed to be transparent, non-transparent. Great job. And what else? A host of other things. Everything he touches turns to shit. Everything he touches in ufology turns to shit. Yeah, anyway.
You know me now at this point.
Because he's not here for us. He's not here for ufology. He's here for the defense of America, the DOD. That's it. It's it. It's nothing to do with UFOs.
I'm not a money grab kind of guy. I do things very deliberately.
He's not a money grubbing type of guy, yet he tries to, make all these businesses that look pretty strange, and the way he was trying to, I don't know, but lose into those, it's seemingly into get rich quick schemes, I guess. I don't know. There was something going on in the past with him and his dad coming up with these businesses. And then they'd go belly up, and then there's another one just like it with a different name. It's pretty weird.
Very strategically. And again, I think the book is going to serve a very specific purpose. And I think people are going to be delighted when it comes out. That's where we are with that. I'm not going to go into much more detail than that. Sure. But I think it's going to be very, very eye-opening. And I think people are going to come back and say, holy cow.
Like what? What is he going to say that he hasn't said already? Which is nothing. I'm Lou Elizondo. I used to be the director of AATIP, OSAP, whatever. I quit that job because I was frustrated with the higher-ups telling me you can't investigate certain things. So I went over to TTSA, and Tom DeLonge was such an asshole we couldn't get any work done. So after 4 years and sucking the money out of the public and wasting all the funds, they go bankrupt. I quit because they weren't going to be able to do anything at this point, and I went out on my own. Well, let me tell you, I played 8 different roles in this field. I had many Twitter accounts. Some people call them sock puppet accounts. I don't know what that means, but they're sock accounts nonetheless. And I had many different personalities. I'd start fights with people. I'd create fake super chats, and people think I'm their friend, and the next thing you know, I'm not. And then I would make believe I was going to be on this guy's show, and I gave him some information, and he went with it like an idiot, and it was all lies, but, my reputation stands on its own. Just look me up, you know what I mean?
Wow, that was exactly the way to do it. And by the way, it's my narrative.
Wow, that was exactly the way to do it. See, even he agrees.
So, when I sit there and I do an interview on a news media,
I'm not wearing any pants.
Major news media, these are like 2 to 3 minute sound bites.
Yeah,
and it's not it. And by the way, I don't control their editing. This is my narrative from my perspective, without any filter. You get to read exactly how I feel about everything.
Wow, I feel so privileged to know this guy. Wow, so privileged that Lou Elizondo is speaking clearly on podcasts instead of a 2 or 3 minute soundbite. What an ungrateful piece of shnikey. He's not even grateful for those 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, I don't edit it. Okay, but on mainstream media, 1 million people a day were seeing me live. Screw that. This is it. 8 people? How many people here? Vinny, we got 30 people here. Freaking awesome. Yeah, good job, Lou. Lou is just gathering up more troops, going on the small podcasts and making them feel huge. And then they'll always feel indebted to Lou. If it wasn't for Lou, I wouldn't have had those 400 subscribers overnight. Thanks, Lou. How about coming on 7 more times? Soon as I get to 10,000 subscribers, we don't need you anymore. Isn't that what happened? That's what happened. That's what happened.
They don't know what they are. They haven't told anybody. They haven't told us. What it is,
Rubio!
they may not know themselves and potentially may never know. Those incidents, the 3 objects, as they've called it, are actually not unprecedented. There have been hundreds and hundreds of reports almost identical to these over the last few years. It's not about flying saucers. It's about small vehicles operating in often restricted airspace. But what is unusual is that this is the first time in American history, 65 years since NORAD was set up, that we've shot anything down, not to mention 3 things over 3 days last weekend.
Don't act like you're protecting us from hijacked airplanes. You know what I mean? Oh, it's the first time in history we've ever shot actual bullets at something. So excited about it. It's the first time ever. It's the first time ever we could have killed people over a balloon. We're so smart. We're so smart. We didn't even see it coming until it was all the way at the land already. We didn't know.
And so I do think that merits the president directly addressing why those things were shot down and what we know up to this point. Nothing they've talked to us about with regards to those 3 should be classified because it's really not the type of thing you classify.
Senator, based on what you know, is the United States prepared to deal with what it can now see are objects in the sky on a fairly routine basis?
I would say the answer is no. Look, if you go back, I encourage everyone, I know people don't follow this closely, but there's an agency called AARO that was created by Senator Gillibrand of New York and myself and others, and it monitors all of these anomalous incidents, which is basically aircraft flying in places they don't belong and we don't know who it belongs to. There are hundreds of these cases being reported. We don't do a good job of monitoring. We don't have a systemized way to respond to it. And the difference between these 3 and hundreds of those cases is these 3 were shot down. That's the biggest.
These 3 almost sounds like he was lying. What if they weren't shot down and they just said they were? Listen to Rubio. No, he did the laugh when he said shot down. Listen.
To it. And the difference between these 3 and hundreds of those cases is these 3 were shot down.
That's a lie. Huh. Samantha Morris, the cat, with $4.58 on PayPal. Mucho gusto, el generoso. Samantha Morris, the kitty cat, thank you very much. A continuing supporter of GoofOn, a good friend of the show. No? All right. No, I'm just kidding. What a weird day. Hey, Rich Giordano, do you want to pee faster and stronger? Jesus, faster and stronger. I was good with faster. I don't even know what that means. Pee faster? Pew! Whoa, that was fast. I mean, come on. Thank you, Samantha. That helps. Appreciate it. On to PayPal. That was PayPal. Yeah, thank you. All right, Slubio, get out of here. Well, very interesting here. Lou wouldn't say it without being well informed on the phenomenon and the cover-up. Not reassuring this, but if we want the truth, we'll have to face it. And he's responding to what Lou is saying in this 5-minute clip with Kurt Jamungle. I don't, well, let's see. This came from ACAM 1129 on Twitter. I want to see what's going on here.
What do you believe to be the primary reason?
On why they may be hesitant to disclose information about UFOs. Okay, this is interesting. I haven't heard this. I have, but I don't remember what he said.
Look, Kurt, I'm
for lack of transparency.
Yeah, I'm a little more practical and probably a little bit more
asshole,
less optimistic for our species on this particular question. What if there was knowledge, Kurt, that was so volatile, so earth-shattering, that the mere knowledge of that getting out could predicate an action that could potentially threaten the entire species?
Okay, that was pretty huge. I want to play it again because that's amazing what he just said. Listen to this.
There was knowledge, Kurt, that was so volatile, so earth-shattering, that the mere knowledge of that getting out could predicate an action that could potentially threaten the entire species.
What if there was an action? What?
Less optimistic. Yeah, I'm a little more practical and probably a little bit more less optimistic for our species on this particular question. What if there was knowledge, Kurt, that was so volatile, so earth-shattering?
What knowledge of something would be so volatile and earth-shattering that they couldn't tell us? I've heard that before, just not put so dramatically. Seriously, what if we knew something about the aliens and knew that their intent was either... Well, that's not what he's saying. He's basically just saying, what if there was knowledge that something so volatile and disgusting, but that's not saying they're violent and aggressive, same thing, I know, or wanting to kill us, eat us all. He's just saying, what if you had knowledge on something so vile, so something so volatile? It doesn't, nothing about death or anything. Listen, seriously, this is interesting.
For our species on this particular question. What if there was knowledge, Kurt, that was so volatile, so earth-shattering, that the mere knowledge of that getting out could predicate an action that could potentially threaten the entire species?
So volatile and earth-shattering. He didn't really say anything. Earth-shattering, that could mean anything. Let's put that away. Volatile, V-I-O-T-I-L-E, V-O-L-O-T-I-L-E, volatile. They're so volatile. And now I can't say it. So that could mean many different things. They're gross looking. They belch, they fart, they stink. Who knows? It could mean 100 different things. So he didn't tell us anything. He said that it's earth-shattering, which means, whoa, we don't understand this. And it would have to be something so volatile, something so gross to look at, we wouldn't want to look at it. But there's got to be someone somewhere, if this is true, that actually looked at this alien and didn't die, didn't get shrunken down or possessed or anything, right? Not that we know of, but volatile and earth-shattering. There's Lou saying nothing again. God, that's good. That is good.
Now, what do I mean by that?
Yeah.
For just a moment, take off the scientific hat, take off your humanitarian hat, take off
this is getting erotic.
Your philanthropic hat, and put on a hat of national security. We just talked about the fact that there's no indication that these things have been here to help us. Okay, so there's really only three possibilities: they're benign, or if you will, benevolent, or two, they are malevolent, they're here to hurt us, or three, they're just here to observe us, and they're capable of doing both good and bad like us. Well, if you were to put on your national security hat for a second, let's say you're a general from the 1950s or 60s, and your job is to protect America and all things good and great, and the height of the Cold War, and you've got the Soviet bear across there, and things are pretty tough, right? And nuclear proliferation is a real thing. Now, you have information that there is something here that can outperform anything you have, and really anything you have is rather ineffective from a national security perspective. And there's a thing out there, and it doesn't show that it's being benevolent. So it's only one of two other options: either malevolent or it's like us. And we see this very careful ISR surveillance of our nuclear equities. It's interested in nuclear equities. Well, some may look at that as what we call preparation for the battlefield. Okay, and let's just say hypothetically, there's a 10% chance. U.S. has a 10% chance that these things are bad, or one day they're going to come here in force, and they're looking at it.
How's there a 10% chance? Isn't it 50? 10? It's an odd number. Either they are or they aren't. Where do you get 10%? There's a 10% chance they may go look at some nuclear facilities, something. 10%. Not 15, because that's almost 20, and 20 is too high. Not 5, because that's too close to 0 and too low. 10. It's a good number, strong number.
That's right. Remember, you're putting on your national security hat, so
gotcha.
Forget about everything else for a moment.
Forgot everything.
Your job is to be paranoid.
Paranoid I am.
And there's a small remote chance that these things are not good. And maybe
10%.
there is a plan for these things at some point to come in force in 50 years from now. And if the mere fact you have this conversation with the American people, what's going to happen? Well, the American people are going to start getting prepared. Well, I can tell you in real life combat situations, when we send in long range surveillance LURS teams, behind enemy lines, the moment the enemy finds out that we know,
I know
that they know we're there, the element of surprise is over. And so ultimately, hypothetically, imagine a scenario where maybe we had 50 years to prepare for something, but now that the cat's out of the bag, that existential action will happen tomorrow. And by the way, we're not ready for it. We're not prepared for it. We don't have a countermeasure. We don't have a capability to counter this. And so from a very real...
Now! See what he just did? The pivot. We are not prepared. We cannot defend. We must put our hats on and think like, the defense. We're not prepared for this. If there's to be an invasion. See how he's building up that threat? I told you the threat was going to be, this is old. Right? How old is this? I'm sorry. I thought I was playing something new for a moment, so my bad. I shouldn't have said anything. Nobody would have known. Damn it. Let me see here. That's weird that popped up that way. When is this from? Yeah, this might be a year or so ago. Still interesting. It's Lou, so it's fun. It's been a while since we played a lot of Lou. That's it. No more Lou. Stephen Greenstreet, on the other hand, is still working diligently to hurt Lou's reputation. Arrow, Greenstreet says in his Twitter feed, Pentagon UFO office is supposedly investing time and resources into Robert Salas, a UFO activist who promotes an outlandish hoax about aliens shutting off ICBMs. Remember that? He also claims he was abducted. The Pentagon missed spy balloons flying over America for years. So here's what he posted, why he said what he just said. Oh, sorry. Mr. Salas received, thank you. I want to pass along a big thank you from the Aero team. Your dedication to this issue and the resource, time, and energy you invested in researching and documenting your Who wrote this? That is terrible already. Your experience and associated events are greatly appreciated. That's a little condescending. I'm glad we are finally able to document this accounting and evidence into the intelligence record, and we'll include this information in our investigation as an authorized disclosure IAW, the fiscal year 23 NDAA. I'm hopeful the collective contributions of patriots like you and the current level of government interest and investment will provide answers to the questions the citizens of our country have demanded for such a long time. I can't see who that was, but I'm sure I could if I wanted to, but I can't right now. So, all they did was say, hey, we appreciate your dedication and, your research abilities. For now, we're going to take collection. We're going to look at certain things of interest. I don't know. Maybe we'll call you. I don't know. Good job, though, Mike. Mike. Good job, Mr. Salas. Isn't it Michael? Oh, it's Robert. Robert Salas. That's right. Mike. It's Michael Salas. Isn't there a Michael Salas, though? For real. I'm looking for a video. Let's hear what Greer's saying. What does Greer have to say today? Why are UFOs being kept a secret?
That was my question. That was when my first meetings with people, like the CIA director, after like 10 minutes of going through the evidence, he says, yeah, I know this is real. He wanted to know, why is it this level of secrecy? Who's keeping it secret? How are they doing this? So that is actually the bigger question.
Well, if there's a thing, it's rotating.
What's behind the secrecy?
Greer. Oh, here's something I almost forgot. Travis Taylor. We have not heard a word from T Squared. T Squared. I can't believe I almost forgot you. You freaking redneck. I love me some Skinwalker trash. Huh? What'd you say? Skinwalker Ranch, Rich? This is going to be great. You ready? Are you ready for this? In 5, 4. Oh, this comes from Rocket. Oh, I'm sorry. Rick and Bubba from the Rick and Bubba Show. It's actually good. They're good, these guys. I don't know, but I think they're fun guys. And I don't mean the algae.
Travis, you know why we're calling you today? Do you have any idea?
About these balloons?
Yeah.
What is
what
going
are we
on?
shooting out of the sky? What's going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're clearly signals intelligence balloons. What they're doing, you can tell by the way that the payloads look in the pictures they've released, is these systems are there to collect communication signals, record them, and send them back via probably a satellite phone link, if I had my guess. And then they'll have some AI system go through it and find the ones that are of use to them, and then use that to break into systems and hack our communication signals.
So you think
that's my take on it anyway.
So you think all of these are the same? They're foreign intelligence gathering from the Chinese?
Oh, I'm personally, I'm convinced that that's what it is. You know, the one thing that scares me the most about it is that it's estimated the payload capacity was 1,000 pounds. You know, you could put a nuke on a system like that, or you could certainly put anything that came out of the Wuhan labs and drop them in canisters across the jet stream, and do mass seeding across the country. I don't want to create.
Woo-wee! Travis Taylor, he's speaking some logic today. Anytime it doesn't have to do with Skinwalker trash. What is it? Skinwalker cash? He's actually better.
Panic or anything, but this isn't the first time this happened. The Japanese did this in World War II.
What?
Right. Well, were you a little surprised that when the first one appeared, and I don't know that we would even have known about it if the local weekly newspaper up there hadn't taken a picture of it and put it out. Were you a little surprised that they let it go across the whole country?
That shocked me a little. I couldn't believe that they allowed it to collect data for that long, because we don't know if they got to find it and get the data off of it, which I doubt. They're uplinking data, so unless we're
it's funny. I just got a Paul Baldwin sent in $1.86 on PayPal, of all places. Thank you, first time supporter. But listen to the message, and then I'll answer it. And I think you guys will understand my answer. He says, I wish you knew half of what you talked about, then you might be worth listening to. We, at the higher up, laughed every time you go live. You're supposed to laugh, number one. But what Paul will say is, we're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you. Good. Laugh at me all you want. Because first of all, I think Paul doesn't know what he's talking about. Secondly, I go by all I can go by. What's given to the public. Right? I'm not a government guy. I'm not a spy. I'm not in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. I don't work for any government. I am average Joe who's in this field for 19 years, listening to the bullshit that every one of you guys, the higher ups, nobody's ever doing anything good for ufology. And if you're going to tell me, oh, it's going on behind the scenes, no, it's not. Nothing is going on behind the scenes. Laugh all you want. But I tell you, I've been on the planet almost 55 years, and I have a few good UFO videos that probably have a mundane explanation. Maybe not all, but I haven't seen anything magical, anything like what the kids at the aerial school saw. I never saw a UFO disappear. I've never had conversations with an alien. Heck, I don't even think I've been abducted. But I tell you one thing, if you know that much about ufology, twice more than I do, to where all your friends and the higher ups are first of all, I know you guys watch. Second of all, I know you watch every night. Third of all, why are you watching every night if I'm such a bullshitter and I don't know what I'm talking about? And why donate a few dollars just so I can listen to you talk down to me like you know something? Anybody who says they know something knows this. Paul, with all due respect, I definitely forgot more than you know. And I can tell you this, proudly and confidently, that I don't think it's aliens. I think whatever's happening is something that's part of a natural occurrence that happens in the earth. Maybe it's naturally living, but hey, look, I've had a plasma ball in my house. How do I explain that? How do I explain the UFO videos I have? Where one is hovering and, they go around it. I've got others that are unbelievable. Better than that. So, Say what you want. Make believe you know everything. Because I tell you what, we don't know anything. And I say it. I say it proudly every week. I don't know anything. So if you were watching the show, which you don't, you wouldn't have said what you said because you would have known that I'm a stand-up guy when it comes to admitting when I'm wrong and that I don't know shit. But I tell you what I do know. I know bullshitting when I see it. I know lies when I see it. And I know when we're being taken for a joyride on the government's dime. And that's what's happening today. I don't know why this is happening, but we're not supposed to know. So I don't feel as dumb as you try to make me feel. As a matter of fact, I feel pretty educated in the information that was given to me. I'm never going to be 100%. Nobody's 100% right. Nobody can be. Because even if you are telling me that you and your friends are having a laugh at my expense, enlighten me. Tell me, where am I wrong? Explain it to me. I won't tell the world. I'll keep it between us, Paul. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Now watch, everybody here. He will never, ever tell me anything. Because now that I turned the ball and put it in his court, what is he going to tell me? I can't tell you anything because of my NDA. So you don't know anything. And nobody does. Not even Lue Elizondo. Lou Elizondo doesn't know. He may know more than me about the way the politics are, and he knows the people and those things, all those things that happen behind the scenes. How are we supposed to know when that information isn't given to us? That's all we can do is speculate because you fuckers hide everything and you keep it a secret like you're doing something special. You're not doing anything. Anybody. Nobody's doing anything to make the country better with UFO technology. Humanity. Fuck our country. Humanity. Where's that technology that's making this world better? I don't see it. You want to get rid of fossil fuels to go electric when everything that builds the electric shit needs fossil fuels to build it, you dumb jackasses. So those people who have had that ideology and you're in ufology and you're telling me, you're laughing at me, I laugh at you and mock you because you look stupid. Dogface throwing down $5 says, I've tried to send a message a couple of times. Point is defund the government. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bro. Oh, those people get paid way too much. AOC, I think, makes $250,000 a year. Nancy Pelosi, who makes that much money, has millions of dollars, 10 homes, right? Oh, it's amazing, these crooks. We need to defund them for sure. And let me tell you, people who work in the government, most of them are assholes. Have you ever been to the post office, the DMV? Yeah, that's government employees. Assholes. Why can't they be nice? You took the job because I get along well with people on your resume. And then, hi, I need to get my license. You need to fill this out, put this here, do that there, wait over there. Don't put your glasses on. Look through the finder. Thanks, Dogface. Now you got me. That's tomorrow's show. If I can't get, and I tried again today to see if I can play my videos on the freaking computer. There's got to be a way for me to do this. I don't know how. Adam Bowman is a new member to Truthology for Ufology. Adam Brown, that's a couple new subscribers tonight. Thank you very much for supporting GoofOn. I know this show isn't for everybody in ufology. I know. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't even like me. But the thing is, the message is going to be consistent here. We just want the truth. We're trying to figure it out. You can get mad at me, make fun of me, laugh, do whatever you want. I'm going off of what I see. I don't care. I'm doing the best I can with the information given. And that's on you guys and the higher ups. That's on you guys hiding the information from us. That's from you guys being contradicting with your news stories. That's from you guys not being honest. That's from you guys trying to save face. Thanks, Adam. And a $2 super sticker from Adam. Hey, no, whoa, hey, he's a first timer then, right? We'll give him one of these. Well, thank you, Adam Brown, for the $2 super sticker and membership at Gush. Truthology for ufology all over. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a big mucho gusto generoso person right there. Thank you very much, Adam Brown. Adam Brown, everybody. Thank you. Hey, Search and Destroy, how you doing? Before I get to Shane Reed, see, I wish I wasn't me, and I'll explain why. 2 seconds. I wish I was smarter. I wish that my personality was a little bit different, but I'm not cut from the same cloth as other people. You know, when I watch Russell Brand, have you ever watched that guy? That guy, as soon as he starts his show, he's off like a cannon. He's doing everything. He's going crazy. He's swearing. He's muffing. He's jumping. He's spitting. And that guy's passionate about what he's talking about. And he's going 1,000,000 miles an hour, but it's entertaining. And he's smart. I need to work on that. Just not smart. I'm average. I know what I know. But hey, let me tell you something. I do things. I'm not John Greenwald, okay? I'm not Mick West. You know? I'm not anybody. I'm me. That's all I'm going to say about that. Shane Reed throwing down 369. Hut! Hut! I wish everyone would be gifted $1 million. That would be cool. And tax-free. This way we don't take home 670,000. You know, they get all about 45-50%, right? Shane, thank you very much, man. You're a good friend of the show, of course, and always a continuing supporter of Goof On. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Tim Freestone, how you doing, Chief? Troy, Gyro, how you guys doing? Ronald Baker, Jammer, Shay Ragnerson, hey man, how you doing? Paul can't tell any of us anything because he's a coont. Paul who? They don't know. They don't know. Look, I did everything right. The only thing that's not happening is the video showing up on the monitor. I can hear it. Why isn't it showing up? It doesn't make sense. I'll figure it out. I just don't know what I'm doing yet. It worked at one time, and I don't know why it's not working now. So I ordered, I thought maybe the cord or something happened to it. Bought another one. Same exact thing. Same thing. Where is it? This is for when I was going to, instead of using this camera, I have my Nikon, which is what I was going to use for the show. So I have a DSLR camera, and this is for that. And then the other one is down here. It's called VidBox. It's just a converter, and for some reason I downloaded the software, and I don't know, man. Thank you though for asking. Den Bob throwing down $7 Canadian coin. It's a super dono. A dono for the news people is a donation with no sticker, no comment, a dough, no. It's just pure hearts. Thank you, Den Bub. Mucho gusto, generoso, a continuing supporter. Goof on. Try VLC. VLC? What? No, let me tell you what I'm doing. Here, I got it. I need to take this camera, right? Load the video up either to the computer, which is what I'm trying to do, or play it while the show is on, because there is a way to play it while the show is on. And this way I don't have to worry about editing. I just fast forward, rewind. I use this. But look, I got it all. I got the connections. The only thing are the RCA cables. And I have them. And I plugged them in, but it didn't matter. I don't know what's going on. I read the instructions. I downloaded everything. I restarted the computer. Trust me, I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know why that's not working. Doesn't make sense. But if all else fails, I have some videos that I could start showing that are on my external hard drive that I uploaded last year, 2 years ago now. So I may do that. But that's it for tonight. I don't care about Travis anymore. What you mean, man? No, I'm done. I can't even do the voice. I got to go call my ma. She called me just before the show started, so I'm going to talk to her and go back to the gym and kill myself. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Saturday. Back to 5 p.m. It's Saturday in the UK. We go 2 hours earlier, only on Saturdays, because MMA is on Saturday nights and I like to watch it. And I like to not do the show and on Saturday. If I take a day off from now on, it's going to be Saturdays. But I'm not taking it off. We'll be back tomorrow night at 5 p.m. And thank you to all the new members and the new people that came here tonight. I appreciate it, man. You have no idea. You know, we're close to 11,000 subscribers. And it did take too long to get to 10. But let's try to get to 20. Spread the word. Like, share, subscribe. And you can still help support the show with the thank yous, even after it ends. All right. And what are we? Oh, yeah, we're Truthology for ufology. All right. That's about it. We're wrapping it up. We'll see you tomorrow night. Alien bless. Have a good weekend.
Warning. Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life.